we're talking about grow lights. Hello plant lovers, welcome back to Millennial Planter. I'm Marina, your favorite millennial planter, and today has been a long-awaited video. I have been on this journey with Growlights for about, I want to say, almost a full year. When I first started my plant journey, I was just solely based on this window. This window is west facing, so it gets most of its light in the evening times, but it is filtered by a huge tree we have outside, which is really good, but it's kind of like a blessing and a curse. So I couldn't really put a lot of plants far out into my house. I kind of had to keep them really close to the window because the sun rays were just, limited by the tree foliage. So as my collection grew, inevitably my paranoia for my plants needing more sunlight or my plants not getting enough sunlight grew, and I just started kind of slowly venturing and dipping my toes into the grow light world. And man, that world is intense. There's so much information about everything, and there's just a bunch of it's a lot. So disclaimer, this video is not scientific. I am a houseplant grower. I grow houseplants. I don't grow food. I'm not trying to get any flowers yet, and I am just growing for fun mainly. So this isn't that scientific video you're looking for, but if you want like basic information and some information on what has helped me and what grow lights I like to use, then stick around. So like I said, I started getting some grow lights probably around, actually I think it was last winter I started to get them. What I've learned over this past year and what I have been experimenting with is you don't have to buy a light that is labeled a grow light. As long as the light puts out over 1,000 lumens and it is that cool white color, then you're usually pretty okay with the light and using it as your grow light. I have tested this and I will show you all in a minute what I've been using that isn't a grow light. So if you get a light that has over 1,000 lumens and you put it, pretty close to the plant, it should do pretty well. Obviously, the more lumens you have, the better. I have a light that has over 6,000 lumens, so I'm able to put plants further down, further away from the light, and I can put the light kind of high and it shines brightness over a pretty good area. If this is making any sense, I hope so. Like I said, this is not that scientific video, but lumens is what I look for, and I also look for that cool white area. So now let's just go into the different grow lights I have, because I do have quite a bit of grow lights and they're all different varieties, different styles. I'll tell you my favorites and my least favorites. And as always, they'll be linked down in the description box below. You can purchase them through Amazon because I have gotten all of mine through Amazon. Let me show you. So first, I'm actually going to talk about these clamp lights that I got. As you can see, one here is already broken and there's even a little bit of like burnt on them. These are literally just like the basic clamp lights you can get on Amazon. And honestly, these have not been my favorite. They're one of the worst lights that I have. They give off that really yellow orangey color, which really isn't the best for plants. You want that cooler color like I mentioned before. But for this one, I do keep it mainly just on this Dieffenbachia, literally like that, because that's the only way that it can get enough energy from the light. The plant can get enough energy from the light to stay happy. And as you can see, the plant has stayed happy. I had this plant outside for the summer. It's only dropped one leaf since I brought it in, so it's still very upright. It's still growing up towards the light, but you see how close I have to keep it. It's not ideal, and that yellow is just very, very yellow. So I'm sure there are better clamp lights out there, but this one is not really my favorite. Now the next one I want to talk about is one that I really, really like, and it's these strip lights here. You can get all sorts of strip lights on Amazon, but this one is hooked up by zip ties here, I just kind of fed them through the rack. So they're on there really secure. There's 2 of them. It came with 2. You can buy packs of like 4 and 6, I think. But the reason why I like this Growlight so much, let me show you. That light is enough to sun stress some Hoyas. This variegated Hoya Wayedii is turning pink. All its new leaves are very pink and beautiful. I love it so much. It's growing so well under here. Actually, all of my Hoya are growing phenomenal underneath this light, which is crazy because the light doesn't seem that bright, but once again, the distance is pretty close to the Growlight, and I think that is obviously like a huge factor. This Hoya Sigitalis, which unfortunately I don't have any new growth yet, but it is getting a slight pink blushing to it. I'm not sure if you can even see that, but the leaves do have like very, very subtle pink blushings to them. So they're getting slightly sun stressed, and I'm really excited about that. I cannot wait to see what the new growth on this looks like. I have Hoya Fitchii under there that is growing phenomenally. Just look at those beautiful leaves. This leaf here is one of the newest ones, and no sun stressing on this. I don't know if these get really sun stressed, but it's growing really well, and I just love the leaves. Those veins are insane. And the last Hoya I want to show you that is thriving under these Growlights is this Hoya maniparensis. Look at that. It has sprouted out 4 new leaves since I've gotten it, and it has just once again been sitting underneath that light. So Hoya do really, really well under this light, which just puts no doubt in my head that other plants will do well with this light too. I'm actually going to order 2 more for 1 more shelf in my rack area over here. And then I think I will be happy with the lighting in my house. But yeah, these lights are phenomenal. So if you've seen them on Amazon, I really highly recommend them. They also have a timer too, so you can adjust the timer, but I just manually turn it on and off. Next, we have this garage light here. So this is the light I was talking about that wasn't labeled a grow light, but I have been using it as a grow light. Actually, my friend Matt told me about these lights, and he found out from another Instagrammer, and I didn't really believe that they were gonna work. So I have been testing them out all summer. I got them sometime in May, and I knew when I got them I wanted to talk about them in this type of video, but I didn't want to obviously tell you something that's not gonna work. So these lights work so well. Like I said in the description, on Amazon they had it says that it has over 6,000 lumens. I don't know if that's true. I don't have anything to test lumens, but it is a really bright light, like super bright. It's almost annoying how bright it is, and it's phenomenal. And let me show you the plants that I grow under them because they all just do so amazing. So first I have this Dragon Jade, Discidia numeralaria, I believe how it's called. I just got this plant probably about a month ago, almost 2 months, and it is already putting out new growth right there. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but it just sits right there by the light, so it's getting plenty of light, and it has actually 2 areas of new growth, so that's really exciting. Next, I have this Hoya calistophylla that is growing under there too, and it has sprouted out 2 new leaves. So this one is new, and this one here is new, and we all know, or if you didn't know, Hoya calistophylla are super slow growing Hoyas, so the fact that this put out 2 leaves at the same time, I am just so happy. Yeah, I can't wait to get more leaves. Definitely loving the light. I also have this variegated Hoya obovata splash that is growing, and this one has just taken off. I swear I have come to the conclusion that Hoya obovata, like no matter what kind of variety it is, they just grow so well when given good light. So this one just put out this leaf here, this little baby leaf. So it's not really that variegated, but it's pretty splashy. But then it also has 1 new leaf here, and I think it's even coming out with a new tendril. So it's just gonna come out with a whole other vine, which is amazing. So, oh, actually, There's 2 leaves there. Oh, maybe that's a leaf. Okay, well, it's just coming out with a whole bunch of leaves there. And then it also has 2 leaves coming out there at the bottom. And these leaves look like they're gonna be pretty variegated. So that's really cool. Look at that baby. It's growing so well. I'm really happy. I can't wait to see this plant just to grow more and become like my beast ovovata that I have there. Now, a plant that's not a Hoya that grows under these lights is this Anthurium veitchii. So let's just talk about this plant for a minute, because this plant has made such a come up since I've been giving it more light. So this was its previous leaf. Just look at that. And now look at the new leaf. Like, can you even look at those, that ribbing, those abs? It's literally just, it's stunning. So stunning, so beautiful. I love this plant, and I cannot wait to see how big the next leaf is, because it has to be insane, right? This Anthurium magnificum is, look at this newest leaf here. So I'm actually not even sure. I think this one was the previous leaf, and this is the newest leaf. So velvety, oh, so pretty. So I've just come to the conclusion that Anthurium just really like a lot of light. Here on the second shelf, so they're getting about 600 foot candles, and I want to say that's maybe around 1,000 lumens. Definitely correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. So it's a pretty good amount of light, actually, especially for what people say Anthurium need. So I don't know, I guess that's my little tip to you. Maybe give your Anthurium a little bit more light if you're struggling with them. But yeah, they have really just taken off this fall, and it's been amazing to watch. I also have some Ripsalis and very, very long string of hearts that are growing under this light as well. Now we got to go down low for the next grow light, which pretty much lights up this whole area. I have it right underneath this shelf. You can see the lighting. And under this light, I have Hoya lacunosa that is growing. Look at those. That's all new right there. It has some new leaves as well, which is just awesome, because I did struggle with lacunosa for a good minute, and now I finally got it down pat. Basically, I was severely underwatering it. The leaves are thinner, so they do like a little bit more water than other Hoya, and it's getting some really good light now. And look at that one little baby leaf. Oh, so cute. So beautiful, lush Hoya lacunosa. The most exciting thing is this Florida Ghost here. When I first got this plant, it was definitely more of that minty color, almost like what they say is a Florida mint. But you know, according to Kaylee Ellen, the more light you give your Florida Ghost, the whiter those leaves will come. And this has been very true in my case, because this is the whitest leaf that I have gotten so far. And basically all I did was just put it under this light, and it's giving me more and more cream leaves. It's been really cool to see. This here is a new leaf that's about to come out, so we will see. Hopefully it's maybe a little bit creamier than this one. I will keep y'all posted. Even my Pastizanum here has benefited from this light, so it is a bit more off to the side, so it's not directly under the light. I don't want to burn it, but this is one of the newest leaves, and oh, it's hard to get, but it is just so big. Look at that. Wow. Wow. That's a picture, y'all. And it has 2 new growth points already after putting out 2 new leaves. I have aeroids down here. I have Hoyas up here. Just everything is thriving and doing amazing. I will say the light was a bit difficult to put together. It's a weird setup, the way you have to connect the 2 panels, but it was so worth it. And I don't know, I might get another one of these, because it was amazing. I didn't know that it was a white and red type of light situation, but as you can see,
it's really not that harsh on the eyes. It's still a pretty like good brightness, and the plants obviously love it.
And the last light I'm gonna mention, or actually just the last grow light I have in general, is this one up here, which I set up a whole video and talked a lot about this one, but basically I got it on Amazon and I've had it for about maybe a month. It's my first blurple-ish light, and honestly, I have seen some growth from my plants already. I have just one of the arms underneath here just to give this area more light, and my Mandula pothos, which literally never grew, is literally putting out more growth in multiple areas. So that's been really cool to watch. I also have a Adansonii that's in the corner over here, and it definitely is reaching towards the light that I have. So that was cool because it's just one arm that I have under here. It has a total of 4. So the other 3 arms I just have at the top, and I have all my propagations under there, and it's been going really well so far with my propagations. I've been seeing roots sprout. I've been seeing a little bit of like new growth as well. So I'm still not really like 100% sold on it, but it's way better than I expected. And this light is an actual like floor stand, so you don't need to hang it up anywhere. You just plop it on the floor and open the legs up and just put it wherever you want. So that's really beneficial. This is obviously my first floor lamp grow light, and it's been really cool, and I could definitely see it being really helpful if you don't really have like a lot of shelf space to put a lamp. And that pretty much is everything that I have learned in this process of growing plants and discovering new grow lights. I definitely have my favorite ones and my least favorite ones, and which ones I will definitely not be ordering again. And I really do hope this video was a little bit helpful to you. I know when I was first starting in the world of grow lights, I was very lost and very kind of overwhelmed with just everything that's out there. But at the end of the day, you really don't need to spend hundreds of dollars on a grow light, especially if you're like me and you are limited on space and just don't have the money or the space for just a huge grow light. You know, I mean, yes, they are really great and they work really well, but sometimes it's just not feasible. So these are definitely some options I suggest, and they have all been tested for months now. So yeah, if you want to check them out, the links will be down below. But that wraps it up for this video and for Plantmas Day 2. I hope you all enjoyed it. Definitely, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. And if you want to see any videos from me or see me cover anything, let me know in the comments as well. I'm pretty open to doing different types of videos. But yeah, I hope you all are staying safe and sane and happy, and I hope you all have a happy holiday. Bye.